Hello, welcome to this channel. My name is Eno. Today we will continue our series on Linux, and we will be looking at package management. Package management, which some people refer to as software management, is a process of handling software packages, which include installation of softwares, adding new software packages to the system, upgrades. Maybe you want to upgrade a version to a higher version. You want to update. Update is just like fetching the latest repository index. So you want to remove a package, or you want to manage dependencies. When you want to install some packages, they some of them need some other dependence, they depend on some other packages. I told you that Linux is more of a small program, single purpose program that can be piped together or combined together to perform complex operations. So sometimes some packages need some dependencies, so you can also use package management to manage those dependencies. And repository, accessing centralized repository from where packages are stored and from where they can be downloaded. That's all about package management: installation, upgrade, updating, removal, dependency management, and repositories. So package management can be done manually, and it can also be done automatically. You can do it automatically using configuration management tools like Ansible, Puppet, Chef, or you can write a script just because you don't want any human interaction, or you can install your package manually, inputting your own command and doing it yourself. You can do it in two ways: using package managers, or you can also install the package from using documentation or online documentations or source code. You can download the binaries and install it in your machine. All right, so today we are going to be looking at how to manually install packages on our machine. So we'll be using package managers, and we'll go online to use documentation to install Docker today. So that's what we are doing. Later, we are going to look at how to use configuration management tools, to install packages on our machine. Let's move on. So using package managers first. Package management is usually done using package managers like apt-yum, dpkg, rpm, depending on the Linux distribution you are using. If you are using Debian or Ubuntu, you'll be using your advanced packaging tool, which is the apt. If you are using CentOS or RPM, you may be using your yum or DNF, and so on and so forth. If you are using so depending on the Linux distribution you are using, that will determine the package manager that you will be using. And these package managers automate the process of downloading and installing, updating, removing, and configuring software packages. One good thing about package managers is that they handle dependencies. So if I want to install a package and those packages have dependencies, apt manager will get the dependencies and install them. But if you are manually installing a package yourself, you may not have the dependency. So you will not be able to install the package because you don't have the dependency. All right. So that's that. So let's move on. Let's go to our shell now, and let's see what we can do. Let's go to our shell. This is an Ubuntu machine /etc/os-release. If you check this out, this is an Ubuntu version 20.04.6. Print working directory. I'm logging as Vagrant. Who am I? Vagrant. All right. So let's clear our screen. So because this is an Ubuntu machine, if you want to install a package on this machine, you are using your apt. So if you are using a CentOS or if you're using a RPM machine or a CentOS machine, you'll be probably using YOM, which stands for Yellow Dog Updater of the Modifier, or you'll be using DNF, and you'll be using something like YOM install the package name, YOM remove package name if you want to remove the package, YOM update package name if you want to update, and so on and so forth. YOM -help, if you want to, if you are installing an RPM package, maybe you downloaded an RPM package and you want to install it. You will be using RPM. Let me do something. Let me do something like that. Let me do something like that for us. Let us go through Google and let us try to say we want to install. Let's say we want to install unzip RPM. Unzip RPM, and let us use this RPM find. Though we are using an Ubuntu machine, I just want to show you if you want to download files like this. If you want to install file manually, what you would do, look for the distribution you are using. Let's say you are using CentOS Stream 10. You come here, you right click, and you copy the link. You go to your shell. And you use your call or wget. Use your call -O, and you paste the download link that you have. This is a .rpm package. That means this is an RPM. You have to install it using RPM package manager. So what you would do is you will click enter here, and it will save this package on your machine. If you run ls, you see that the package is there. So if I want to install this package now, I will just use my RPM -i. Let's see, -i vh. V is for output, H is human readable, and I will give the package name. So RPM IVH with the package name .rpm. So that's the way this is done. I will just use unzip software, and I will click it, and it will install it. This is not an RPM machine, so I'm not just going to click it. I'm just showing you, just for people that are using RPM in case, or you are using CentOS, so that's that. If you have anything that has .rpm, this is what you are going to be using to install it. And if you have anything that has .deb, that means it's a Debian package. And you will be installing it using your DPKG. That is the Debian package manager. Don't forget Debian package manager. So that's that. Let us remove this package, and let us clear our screen. All right, let's move on. I'm just citing it as an example in case you have an RPM you want to install. RPM, you are using an RPM machine and you want to install a package or YOM, pretty straightforward. But this one, you're downloading it and you are. So let's continue. This is a file. This is not a package name file. That's why I'm giving you an example. And if you want to query, if you have a package in an RPM or a CentOS machine, you can use RPM-QA. If you are using a CentOS where you are using YOM, or you are using an RPM, any other RPM machine, you can use RPM-QA to query the machine, to query your package list. You just run RPM-QA, and if you run it, it will give you all your package list, and you can see if you have a package. You can just use it with grep and find whatever package you want to find. Maybe you want to know if you have unzip installed. You just run it like that, and you will know if you have it. So that's that. Now let's go to let's move on now to to the Linux distribution we are using. You are using apt in Ubuntu or Debian, and you can install a package using apt, or remove a package, or update apt update, and you can upgrade to a newer version, or you can run apt-help if you want to know more about the apt command. Let's give an example. I can say, before you install any package, you always have to run apt update to update your package repository index. Apt update is very important. I will soon treat it very soon. So let's run this. Sudo apt update, and it will update, and then we can now install whatever package we want to install after all. Alright, our apt update is done. Let me clear my screen. Now I can say I want to install a package, sudo apt. I can say I want to install on zip. I want to install wget. I can just put my -y so that it will not ask me any question, and it will install them. Apt install, and it will install both packages for me. See, it's doing a number of things as it's installing it. Is one upgraded, one newly installed. You can see, so it's upgraded. The following new packages will be installed on zip. So it's installed on zip. The following packages will be upgraded. It's upgraded wget. So that's that. That's that. If I want to query this, if I want to query my package repository, I can just run my dpkg -list. If I want to query this, and it will show me all my package list. This is a lot, so I will just use grep to know if I have any package, or if I don't. I can say grep, and I can say, do I have on zip? If you want to know the package name, so I can use grep, pap it with grep, and it will give me the package name. So I have on zip. Or if, let's say, I want to know if I have do I have wget? See, I have wget. All right. If I don't have it, nothing will come out. All right. So that's that. I will soon also get there. All right. So if you are using a Debian-based distribution, you can use your dpkg to install or to manage your package. So that's that. This will be a file. You download it and you will install it. To be a file, you download it and you install it, just like I did with the unzip that I downloaded from the RPM. So that's that. Just go online. Just go online, and you can use your Google. What do we want to install? Wget, Debian. Ubuntu is Debian, so just use Debian, and then we will find it, Debian wget. Then I can download it, and I can install it the way so that's that. You can download it and install it if you are using a Debian distribution. So let's move on. So if you are using OpenSUSE, you'll be using Zipper install package with the package name, so on and so forth. So that's that. And how to do we query package list in Ubuntu or Debian? You can use it dpkg -list or apt list -installed. Let's try that. Apt list -install. Let's try that. Let's try that. Apt list hyphen installed. To show us all the packages that I installed. Let me clear my screen. It's particularly good when you are trying to know the package name and you want to remove it from the system. I can pipe this with grep. Let's say unzip. I want to okay, now it's telling me that this package has been installed already. So that is installed. Wget. So you can use it to query your repository list. App does not have a stable CLI interface, So that's that. You can use it. So the DPKG seems to be a better one to use. DPKG, and you can DPKG list. You can use that, or DPKG query L. You can use that. DPKG query L, DPKG query L. It's the same thing. So that's that. You can query it, and you can know if you have a package, if you want to remove it or something. So if you want to query an RPM or CentOS machine, you can use RPM-QA, and it will give you the package list, and you can pipe it with grep with the name of the package you want to know if you have, and you will get the package name, and you can remove it after. So let's move on. So why do I have to run apt update in Debian or Ubuntu? Why do we have to do that? It helps keep the package database current. It helps to ensure security and stability in the system. When you run the apt update, there may be bugs that the new update will fix. So it helps ensure stability in the system and security, to help resolve dependency issues. If there were dependency issues, it will resolve them. And when do we run apt update? Before installing new software. Before you install a new software, you should run apt update. It is to ensure that you are getting the latest version and that dependency issue are resolved. So you run apt update and you run apt install with your package name. Another reason why you should run apt update is another situation where you should run apt update is before upgrading. If you want to upgrade to a newer version, you need to run apt update, so as to ensure you are upgrading to the latest version that is available. So you run sudo apt update and you run sudo apt upgrade with the package name. All right. The last time when you should run apt update is after adding new repository. So if you add a new repository to the system, maybe I want to install Docker, or I want to install Jenkins, or I want to install some kind of package, and I have to add repository to the machine, to the system. After I add that repository, the next thing will be to run apt update before I will now install the real package itself. So this is to fetch the package list from the new repository. It will update the package repository index. For periodic system maintenance, it is also good to run apt update to keep the system updated for future use. Let us note that. So for RPM or for RPM based Linux distribution, you don't need to run yum update. What happens is that anytime you are installing a package, the first thing yum does is to update the package repository index. It will first update it before it will install the package you want to install. So for example, when you run yum install httpd, it will first check and update your package metadata. So once it updates your package metadata, if it's out of date, it will now install httpd. So that's that. So apt update is not doing an upgrade, it's simply updating the package repository index. So if you want to upgrade, you have to run apt upgrade itself to upgrade a particular package to a newer version or to a latest version. So apt update, just for emphasis sake, because this is very important, apt update, it will update the package repository index with the latest information from the repository. Does not update the software. Apt upgrade the installed packages based on the updated package list. Apt full upgrade or apt dist upgrade perform a more comprehensive upgrade, handling dependency changes and potentially installing or removing packages. So it's just apt update is just a preparatory step to ensure your package manager has the latest information before performing any installation or upgrade. So that's that. Package manager configuration file. For everything that is working in the system, there are configuration file that is there are configuration file that is making it to work. So also for this package manager, there are repository, there are configuration file that has been set in the system that is making it to work. So all this repository has been set in such a way that once we run apt install with the package name, it will go to the it will connect online and go to the repository, remote repository online as it has been set in the configuration file, and it will get the dependency and also install the package. So if we go to our shell and you run cd etc/apt, you will see all these configuration files. These are all these configuration files. Let me ls-la. These are all the configuration file, the app.conf.d, app.conf.d, so you can check them one after the other. You can check them after the other. I can cart sources .list for you, and we can see the content. You can see these are some of the stuff explaining how this repository works. So you can check them out to have a deeper understanding of this configuration file. You will see most of them have been set in such a way that you once you run your apt install a package, it will immediately, based on what is set in the configuration file, go online and get the dependency of the package, install it, install the package itself, verify the package, and so on. So that's that about configuration file. Let's move on. So this is the configuration file for apt. Don't forget, it's used to configure various settings for apt, like cache management, process testing, and download options. And the source list itself is as apt source list and apt source list.d. You can check it out. It defines the repository from which packages are retrieved from. For YUM, if you are using a CentOS machine or an RPM machine, you may want to check etc.yum.conf to see the main configuration settings, and you may want to check etc.yum.repos.d, which define the repository from which packages are retrieved. All this repository this configuration file has been set in such a way that the repository already stated there, the site, everything has already stated there. Once you are installing it, just go based on what is set in the configuration file, connect online and install the package. So that's that. Now, installing package from source code and documentation. Let's go and do something. Let's go and get our hands dirty and install something from documentation. Let's install Docker. Let's install Docker. So let's say let's go to Google and let's say we want to install Docker desktop installation on Ubuntu So install Docker Desktop on Ubuntu. All right. So you have to read the instruction. If I want a Debian package, I can click that. Prerequisite: you need a 64-bit version on your system. You can look at your system requirement. AMD 64, all those things, you have to pay attention to it, and the kind of machine you should be using. Ubuntu, Jammy, Jelly 22, or more current one. So that's that. For non-genome, desktop environment, you can just install it like that. Install Docker Desktop. So let's continue. So installing Docker Desktop, installing using apt repository. Let's install using apt repository, right? So let's click that. So the first thing it is telling us to do is to add the Docker's official GPG key. So we have to run all this code. We have to run all these commands. Once we run all these commands, it will add the GPG key. You can see first thing it's doing is getting update, then is installing some certificate, then it install the key rings, then you see it's using call. You can see it's downloading the keys. So once we download this GPG key, then the next thing will be to add the repository to our app resources. Because it's not in our configuration file. It's not set in our the repository is not set in our configuration file. So this is going to add it to the repository. You're going to add the repository to our app sources. So we are going to do this. Then after then we will now. So let's start it. Let me just copy everything once like this first, and let me run it straight like that. Let's run it straight like that. So if it's not working, you may have to copy it one after the other and install. So I'll copy the next one after that, and now we install. You can see we are adding the repository, and after we are adding the repository, they said we should run apt get update. You remember one of the conditions for running apt update is after you add a new repository. It's part of the condition. If you just wind back to in this lecture, you will see where we talk about it. After you add a repository, you have to run apt update so that you can update your repository index, with the latest version. So that's that. So the next thing, all right, so that's done, and the next thing is to run apt update. And that will do the update. Then after then we will now do the real installation. So now install. We'll copy this, and okay. I think the stuff we did earlier was not properly done, so I probably have to do them one after the other. The GPG key is not properly done, so I will have to copy them one after the other and do the installation so that everything can be fine. Update first, then let us let us install them one after the other. This is giving permission to the key. And probably don't have to do this again, but let me just do it just to be sure. And the next thing will be to run apt update. Now let's install Docker desktop. You can see now everything is fine. There is no error now. That will run apt update. See, so sometimes you just patiently do it to avoid all these unnecessary errors. So this is going to install. So it's getting it. It's downloading Docker Compose, Docker CLI. Now our Docker desktop has been fully installed. Let's clear our screen and let's just check. Let me run Docker, run hello-world. Let's see. Unable to find image. Is pulling the image. Oh, you can see Docker is working. Hello from Docker. This message shows that your installation appears to be working correctly. So our installation is good. So that's how you can simply just go online, and install whatever package you want to install. And so you can install from the source code or documentation. You can download your binaries and install them on the system. Just follow the instructions, or if it's .rpm file, you install using .rpm, or if it's .deb file, then you install using .deb. Package manager configuration file. Don't forget about it. So apt update, don't forget when you need to run apt update. If you are using Ubuntu, you need to note that. If you are using a CentOS machine or an RPM, you don't need to run yum update. Whenever you're installing a package, it automatically first updates your package repository index, update the metadata before it install the package. So that's that. So that's that for today. In subsequent videos, I'm going to be addressing how to automate the installation of packages using configuration management tools like Ansible, Puppet, or Chef, and that's that for today. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.